Free Lil Durk. Free Lil Schmirk. All white, cool. Same color perks. Damn.
Welcome back. Hey, look, man. So, Lil Durk, I thought this was going to be obvious. I didn't know my video. I seen the comments, and I didn't respond to none of y'all because y'all like, well, it's not been approved. It's not been approved. Did you think it wasn't going to get approved? Let's go. So, United States, plaintiff Durk Banks, defendants. Order continuing trial date and findings regarding excludable time periods pursuant to Speedy Trial Act. Trial date, January 20th, 2026. Pre-trial conference. Crazy. January 7th, 2026. Wow. The court has read and considered the stipulation regarding requests for 1, continuance to trial date, and 2, findings of excludable time periods pursuant to Speedy Trial Act, filed by the parties in this matter. The court hereby finds that the stipulation, which this court incorporates by reference into this order, demonstrates facts that support a continuance of the trial date in this matter, and provides good cause for a finding of excludable time pursuant to the Speedy Trial Act, 18 U.S.C. 3161. The court further finds that 1, the ends of justice served by the continuance outweigh the best interests of the public and defendant in a speedy trial. 2, failure to grant the continuance would be likely to make a continuation of the proceeding impossible or result in a miscarriage of justice. 3, the case is so unusual and so complex due to the nature of the prosecution and the number of defendants that it is unreasonable to expect preparation for pretrial proceedings or for the trial itself within the time limits established by the Speedy Trial Act. And 4, failure to grant the continuance would unreasonably deny defendant continuity of counsel and would deny the defense counsel the reasonable time necessary for effective preparation, taking into account the exercise of due diligence. Therefore, for good cause shown, 1, the trial in this matter is continued from October 14, 2025 to January 20, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. The court sets the following pretrial schedule. A, expert disclosure deadline. 1, government disclosure September 1st, 2025. 2, defense disclosure November 3rd, 2025. B, pretrial motions other than motions in limine or motions regarding experts. 1, motions due October 6, 2025. 2, oppositions due October 27, 2025. 3, optional replies due November 10, 2025. The government may promptly supplement its disclosure and/or notice 1 or more rebuttal experts based on disclosures made by the defense on November 1st, 2025. 4, pretrial motions hearing November 18, 2025, 10 a.m. C, government's disclosure pursuant to Fed R, and there's going to be evidence 404B, November 17, 2025. D, motions in limine, including motions regarding experts. 1, motions due December 8, 2025. 2, oppositions due December 22nd, 2025. 3, pretrial conference, MIL hearing, January 7, 2026, 10 a.m. 2, the time period from the date the stipulation to continue was filed to January 20, 2026, inclusive, is excluded in computing the time within which the trial must commence pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161 H7A, H7B1, H7B2, H7B4, and H6. 3, the court further finds that defendant Banks is joined for trial with co-defendants as to whom the time for trial has not run and no motion for severance has been granted. Pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161 H6, the time period from the date the stipulation to continuance was filed to January 20, 2026 inclusive constitutes a reasonable period of delay for defendant Banks, who is joined for trial with co-defendants as to whom the time for trial has not run and no motion for severance has been granted. Nothing in this order shall preclude a finding that the other provisions of the Speedy Trial Act dictate that additional time periods are excluded from the period within which trial must commence. Moreover, the same provisions and/or other provisions of the Speedy Trial Act may, in the future, authorize the execution of additional time periods from the period within which trial must commence. It is so ordered. September 17, 2025, Michael W. Fitzgerald, United States District Judge, presented by Daniel H. Weiner, Assistant United States Attorney.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
All in all, right, if you ask anybody, ask all these legal experts and Some of the lawyers, I'm blessed to have a couple of lawyers that I get to talk to about certain things like this for free. It's a good thing, right? And I can see where they're coming from, right? The pros would be essentially Durk got more time with his counsel. You know, they could come up with a sharper plan, add another lawyer if they need to. That's what Diddy did. What else can he do? Basically, it's just sharper, right? You don't got to worry about certain things and blah, blah, blah. But so does the freaking government. The government has more time to set up little plea deals and let these cats sit and think about these plea deals, right? So, you know, we all can agree, right? If you were the government and you were trying to win this, you know automatically, hey, bro, listen, you flip on these cats, you bring us Durk, you ain't gonna spend the rest of your life in a penitentiary. You're probably gonna have to do 30, 40 years for your role, but you're gonna have a release date. You know, you can still come out of here. You ain't gotta waste the rest of your life. 20, 30 years. Think about that. Should I get you a pen or should I get you some more time? Tick, 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 tick. I think it's bad for Durk, bro. I do. I think it's bad for Durk. And I say that because that exact thing I just said. All these cats, nobody is flipping. Nobody is told. Nobody's done anything. We haven't seen anything that has shown us that these cats are telling besides somebody trying to say, hey, bruh, snitch, tail, do all of this. I think the thing is essentially this. We have to look at this and go, why is it that Durk is sitting here? They automatically admitted in that damn thing, which is a big old plus that I don't think anybody else caught, right? It's like if you're like into Marvel, right? And then you just seen the Doctor Doom stuff, right? That just popped up. And then it showed a white Doctor Doom, which is Lord Emperor Doom, right? Which means he's going to win in the first movie. They gonna show Doctor Doom as the most vicious freaking character that they've ever had. This is the same thing, how they hide it in plain sight. I remember Fonnie Willis doing this, where she said essentially nobody was cooperating. This right here, even better. They said due to how complex it is. What do you mean complex? What do y'all mean complex? Like, a case is supposed to be black and white. So what it means is this. You got to see they're going to have their witnesses come in, I think like December 6th or something like that. I can't remember. But basically, they're going to have their witnesses come in and the gang experts and all this crap. And they're going to try to paint Lil Durk as the person who set this up as far as motivation. It's not going to be I can damn near guarantee from what we've been reading, I'd be willing to bet. I ain't talked to nobody on Durk's team and all that and anything, because some of y'all will be like, oh, City Nash, you're trying to be pro Durk. You're trying to say this. Oh, because you're trying to get an interview. Trust me, if I wanted an interview, it wouldn't be that difficult. But I'm just looking at it outside looking in. Why did y'all use the word complex when describing this? When we literally seen the freaking defense point out, hey, these lyrics right here, this doesn't even make sense. Timeline wise, it don't make any sense. So let's throw that out. Y'all realize that Durk had to get another freaking motion put out there, another indictment put out there, more stuff just to make him sit in jail. The judge almost granted him bail. What have you ever heard of? And just think about this. What have you ever heard of the mastermind on a murder for hire federal case? We got him dead to rights. We denied him bail a couple of times. So they're going to have to mess around and create a new indictment just to make sure that he sits down, because the judge basically said, I will let you out of here, but you got way too much money and you didn't tell the truth. When they say it's not enough money for him to go indigent, that's just fancy talk for you got to put all your money in here, bruh. Because, homie, if you, what's to stop us and what's to stop you from bouncing out? You got enough money to disappear forever. That's what the judge basically said. So when it comes to Lil Durk, bro, I still think it's bad because they're not letting him sever away from the case. I don't want to sit here with 4 other people who are accused of murder for hire. I'm the head guy. And if they all get found guilty through some weird osmosis or ornithological study, you know, I like saying that word all the time. Basically, birds of a feather, saying that because they guilty, I'm guilty. I think that's what the government is doing personally. I think the government knows their case is weak as hell. It's going to hang on by a thread. And the fact that that is what it is, I think Drew Finland, with whomever in which he has in California, I think they're going to have to find a lawyer that is just good as hell at getting their clients severed from big cases. You have to do this. Like, there is no way in the hell that you can't. Like, to me. Now, that's the hard part as well, because you can't sit up here and say we have a murder for hire trial and the person who orchestrated the whole thing or who paid for it, he's not going to be involved in it. Hell nah. That won't work either. So it's kind of a twofold, bro. But I think this is bad for Durk still. Until he gets severance from the case, I won't call it a big W. Do I still think he's going to be found not guilty? 100%. They're putting it in front of your face. I'm not telling you guys to be critical thinkers. I'm not saying, hey, take this angle right here and flip it right here and look down and squint one eye and then breathe hard 3 times and then poof, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying, look at what has happened. Why the hell would a judge say, why the prosecution would point you out and paint you as this person who can intimidate witnesses, got unlimited money, super influential, got a person killed all the way in a whole nother state, got on a plane, flew here just for us to make a whole entire other indictment. And the judge say, you know what, I will let you out of here, but the fact that you playing about your money and you ain't letting us know how much you actually got, man, hell no, I ain't doing that. If that's the freaking case, and plus it's a fed case, bro. I mean, look at how vicious they painted Diddy out, and all he wanted to do was have a freaky fun time. It is what it is, man. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this, man. If you want to win this or win this, we are, hold on. Because I think we crossed the mark today. We only had like freaking, I don't know, probably like 100 people off from the next guy. Yeah. So, what is that? 43. So we are 43K away from that giveaway. We can bounce back and get it to October 31st. If we can get to 300K, then I'll double this up, 2 of these and 2 of these, and I'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe. How do you win? Comment, like, subscribe, turn on that bell. Turn on that bell. Dang. And I guess hit the hype button. I ain't know nothing about it, but hey, hype it up. But click right here to see how Young Thug pushed his freaking album back. He say it's because Cardi B. We say we know the truth. Click right here and I'll catch y'all in the next one.